Hey there, wrestling fans! Today, we're diving deep into the spine-chilling world of the WWE's most iconic character, The Undertaker. He's been haunting our screens for 3 decades, and during that time, he's given us some of the most terrifying moments in WWE history. But which ones truly stand out as the scariest of them all? Well, that's what we're here to uncover. Welcome to Tap Out Corner, and in this thrilling episode, we'll be counting down the top 10 scariest WWE Undertaker moments. Let's dive into that moment at number 10. After Paul Bearer's shocking betrayal and a brutal buried alive match against Mankind, The Undertaker was left buried alive in a grave. Now picture this. It's a dark and eerie setting, much like a scene from a classic horror movie. The tension is palpable as Undertaker's opponents think they've successfully destroyed him. But then, out of nowhere, lightning strikes, illuminating the scene in a sinister glow. And in a spine-tingling moment, like a classic horror movie monster, Undertaker's creepy arm emerges from beneath the ground, defying death itself. It's a visual that's both spooky and iconic, reminding us that you can never truly bury the dead man. Moving on to number 9, we're transported back to the 1994 Royal Rumble, where The Undertaker faced off against Yokozuna in a casket match. The atmosphere is charged with anticipation as the match unfolds. The Undertaker puts up a valiant fight, but it takes a small army to finally stuff him inside the casket. But the truly spine-tingling moment comes after the match. The casket, with the dead man seemingly sealed inside, is being carted away. Suddenly, smoke begins to billow from the casket and the arena is plunged into darkness. Then, with an eerie clock chime echoing through the air, we're shown a glimpse inside the coffin. Inside that casket, The Undertaker, thought to be vanquished, delivers a cryptic and bone-chilling speech.
Be not proud. The spirit of The Undertaker.
He begins to ascend within a cloud of smoke. This moment is filled with smaller, creepy details, but what makes it truly terrifying is when Undertaker jolts back to life, his voice resonating with an eerie intensity. The lighting, camera angles, and Undertaker's menacing voice from inside the casket combine to create an unforgettable and scary WE moment. The coffin's explosion at the end, while a bit over the top, doesn't diminish the overall spine-chilling experience. Now, at number 8, we have a moment that might initially seem more humorous than scary, but let me delve into the unsettling details. This incident occurred at the 2009 Breaking Point pay-per-view, involving SmackDown General Manager Teddy Long and The Undertaker. The story unfolds after Teddy Long made a controversial decision that infuriated The Undertaker. Long banned the dead man's Hell's Gate submission hold and even restarted a championship match. The Undertaker's wrath was unleashed, and he began targeting Teddy Long, seeking retribution. After an apology from Teddy Long, which apparently wasn't enough to satisfy the Phenom, Long makes his exit by getting into his limo. But then, as the audience watches in shock, something unexpected happens. The limo begins moving on its own, and The Undertaker's ominous voice can be heard saying, "Buckle up, Teddy." Number 8 takes us to a rather unexpected and chilling moment involving The Undertaker and SmackDown's general manager, Teddy Long. At the 2009 Breaking Point pay-per-view, Teddy Long's controversial decision to ban The Undertaker's Hell's Gate submission hold and restart a match leads to his becoming a target of the dead man's wrath. Initially, Teddy Long attempts to apologize to The Undertaker, but it appears that it's not enough to appease the vengeful Phenom. After Long enters his limo, thinking the ordeal is over, he is in for a horrifying surprise. The atmosphere becomes tense as The Undertaker's ominous voice fills the arena, warning Teddy to buckle up. The limo then takes off seemingly under its own power. What makes this moment particularly scary is the fact that Teddy Long remains missing for an entire week, and when he finally reappears, he is tied up inside a casket, his suit torn. Coming in at number 7, we revisit a spine-tingling encounter between The Undertaker and Edge at the main event of SummerSlam 2008. This showdown takes place inside the unforgiving structure known as Hell in a Cell, and it's nothing short of intense. The match itself is already a grueling battle, but what makes it truly frightening is what happens after The Undertaker secures the victory. Instead of calling it quits, the Phenom continues his relentless attack on Edge. He sets up ladders and lifts the rated R superstar high above the ring. Then, in a heart-pounding moment, he sends Edge plummeting from a precarious height, crashing down to the mat below. But that's not all. It's the addition of the fiery spectacle that truly sends shivers down your spine. The sight of roaring flames nearly reaching the top of the cell gives the segment a chilling and terrifying atmosphere. The juxtaposition of the blue lighting against the orange flames adds to the eerie ambience. Number 6 transports us to a dark and unsettling moment in The Undertaker's career when he locked horns with one of the biggest stars in WWE history, The Ultimate Warrior. This rivalry began on Paul Bearer's funeral parlor segment, which quickly turned into a trap orchestrated by The Undertaker. The Phenom's attack on the face-painted Warrior takes a horrifying turn as he forcibly stuffs him inside a specially made casket. Instead of cutting away or moving on, the camera remains fixed on the casket as ringside personnel frantically rush to try and free Warrior. Minutes seem to stretch on as they struggle to unlock the lid. Inside, the Ultimate Warrior lies lifeless, prompting referees to perform CPR in a frantic bid to revive him. The sheer desperation of their efforts and the eerie atmosphere make this moment all the more terrifying. Adding to the spine-chilling factor is the fact that the Ultimate Warrior attempts to escape by tearing at the top of the casket before succumbing to unconsciousness. This moment took place during a phase when WWE still had elements of a more cartoonish nature, making this eerie and shocking segment even more disturbing. Number 5 in our countdown brings us to a disturbing and grotesque moment involving The Undertaker and Stone Cold Steve Austin. After suffering a concussion at the hands of The Undertaker, Stone Cold finds himself in a precarious situation. Steve Austin is spending the night at a local medical facility to recover from his injury. However, his respite is short-lived as he becomes the target of a horrifying ambush by The Undertaker and his manager, Paul Bearer. They overpower Austin, causing him to lose consciousness. What follows is a chilling scene where the dead man and Bearer take Austin's lifeless body to a funeral home with sinister intentions. They prepare to embalm Austin while he's still alive. The thought of someone being subjected to such a gruesome and excruciating fate is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. The cold, clinical emptiness of the room adds to the unsettling feeling of this macabre segment. While Stone Cold doesn't ultimately undergo the embalming procedure, the sheer brutality and cruelty of the setup make this Undertaker moment one of the scariest WWE history. At number 4, we delve into a harrowing moment involving The Undertaker and his longtime manager, Paul Bearer. In 2004, Paul Bearer returned to manage The Undertaker, rekindling their eerie alliance. However, this reunion takes a nightmarish turn when Paul Heyman and the Dudley Boys kidnap Paul Bearer. At the Great American Bash, Heyman traps Bearer inside a tank and threatens to fill it with cement if the Phenom doesn't comply with his demands. In a heart-stopping moment, it seems as if The Undertaker has no choice but to sacrifice his manager. He approaches the tank, and the tension is palpable. Although it's later revealed that Bearer survived with severe internal injuries, the fact that The Undertaker was willing to suffocate his manager is undeniably disturbing. At number 3, we revisit a jaw-dropping moment when The Undertaker faced Mankind in a Hell in a Cell match at the 1998 King of the Ring. The match starts on top of the cell, and it doesn't take long for the action to escalate. The Undertaker's spine-tingling decision to throw Mankind off the 16-foot cell structure shocks everyone. The uncertainty surrounding Mankind's condition after the fall adds to the horror of the moment, making it an unforgettable and terrifying incident that could have easily gone much worse. Number 2 takes us back to December 9th, 2005, a night filled with mind games orchestrated by The Undertaker. Throughout the evening, the Phenom tormented Randy Orton with supernatural tricks, creating an atmosphere of dread. The most chilling moment comes when Randy Orton and his father attempt to leave the arena, only to find themselves trapped in their car. As the car mysteriously moves on its own, backstage interviewer Josh Matthews suddenly appears. In a spine-tingling twist, The Undertaker's threatening voice emanates from Josh Matthews.
Enjoying the ride, Randy?
The possessed Matthews' eyes change, adding to the unsettling nature of the scene. The unnatural sounds that accompany this possession further heighten the scare factor. This moment showcases The Undertaker's supernatural abilities and his mastery of psychological horror, earning its place as one of the scariest WWE Undertaker moments. And now, we've arrived at the number 1 spot, the undisputed scariest moment in The Undertaker's WWE career. This spine-chilling moment occurred during his Ministry of Darkness phase and is a testament to the Attitude Era's willingness to push boundaries. In this horrifying sequence, The Undertaker performed a ritual involving one of his followers, Dennis Knight. He filled a cup with his own blood and forced Knight to drink it, renaming him Midian. The gruesome ritual didn't end there. The dead man carved a symbol into Knight's chest, marking him for life. As if that wasn't enough, The Undertaker then proceeded to light his iconic cross on fire, creating an unsettling visual spectacle. The combination of blood, ritualistic symbolism, and the eerie ambience make this moment a bone-chilling addition to our countdown of the top 10 scariest WWE Undertaker moments. This moment serves as a stark reminder that during his Ministry of Darkness phase, The Undertaker was willing to explore the darkest corners of horror entertainment, solidifying his legacy as one of the most frightening characters in WWE history. There you have it, the top 10 scariest WWE Undertaker moments. Which one sent shivers down your spine the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more spine-tingling WWE content.